Hello, this is Liz Miller, and this is my week 4 project review video. The website I chose to use this week is Cub Foods. They're the local grocer here in Minnesota, and it's where I shop. So I have lots of experience with this website. Um, I actually thought this was kind of a fun project because I hate their website so much. I'd like to build them a better app and give it to them. So I know this is not really an app, but it gives me ideas. So anyway, moving on. The buttons at the top of the web view page, the back and forward are grayed out because they're not available. There's no place to go back to. There's no place to go forward to. If I click on savings here, I end up on a page with other savings options. Their website is goofy on mobile because I don't know if you could see it, there's a menu here, but you can't get to click on that menu. So I don't know, they must have some ancient web developers over there because it's not very web 2.0, even though it looks pretty, it doesn't function very well. So anyway, we could go back to our homepage. I want to show you the other buttons. If I click on coupons, it takes forever to load and click stop. We can see down here that my stop button was clicked. If I click on coupons here again, it'll never load. Again, their goofy website. So I'm going to click here on this view coupons. It takes us to the same place. It takes forever to load, but we should get coupons here in a moment. Or not. Once more. This is exactly what I hate about their website. Okay, can't tell if you actually clicked on it or didn't click exactly on it, but here's our coupons. If I click back, I go back to my savings page and we can see I have a forward button, which when I click forward takes us back to coupons, and it's much faster because we've already been here and it caches the page. So back on my home page, Honeycrisp apples is their first ad, and if I click reload here, we'll go from the doer of dazzle, we'll go back to our Honeycrisp apple picture. So there's the reload button. So all my buttons are working, yay. And if you have never had a Honeycrisp apple, I recommend them. They're super yummy. They were developed here at the U of Minnesota to be hardy in the winter. So they're kind of a Minnesota apple, but they have awesome flavor. I highly recommend them. So, plug for Minnesota. All right, over here on the storyboard, I have a tab bar controller, which connects me to a web view and a source view. Love the lorem ipsum. That was a great idea, whoever thought of putting that in there. And here are my 4 buttons. As you're already aware, because we talked about this, I had my outlet connected to my toolbar instead of just the back button. I've since fixed that. The back button is now the only thing connected here in my outlet, not the whole toolbar. Same for forward, same for stop, same for reload. Let me take that back. Same for back, same for forward. Stop and reload aren't actually connected to an outlet. I misspoke. Over here on View Controller, up here at the top, I'd like you to tell me how you would like to see this, even though this is our last week of class. I used several different URLs as I was testing, trying to figure out why my back button wouldn't gray out. So I left these in here just in case I need to come back to them. In the real world, for a client, I would take all of this chunk out. I wouldn't send that to a client. Here in class, in a learning environment, I left them in case, I don't know, you want to test it differently. In my mind, leaving all the codes and comments, I think that helps you understand what I was doing while I was trying to code it. Maybe, maybe not. I know these kind of comments help you. So anyway, I'm leaving it. If you have to mark me down, that's okay. I chose to leave it. But I do know in the real world, passing this to a client, I would never send this kind of stuff. Obviously, because it wouldn't be their website, but just because it's clutter to them, it's not meaningful for them. Here are my outlets to my back button, my forward button, my connection to the web view. In view did load, I have my request defined, loading the web view to the page and scaling it to fit. In view will appear, we need these two pieces. This is what causes the button to gray out. If I only have this piece, it's always grayed out. I have to go down to the end. We'll see this in a second. You have to add another piece in web view did finish load to make it gray out only when it's supposed to be grayed out, when it's not available. Buttons on the web tab. The buttons here on the web tab, ta-da! Here's the other thing I would take out in the real world if I was passing this to a client. I would take out these testing pieces. When I first put the button in, I just did a print line out to the console just to see that I'm clicking the button and something is happening. This I would take out if I was sending this to a client. I'm leaving it in because I think it helps you see with the crappy Cub website that you actually did click on something. It's their website that's not functioning. Again, if I need to be marked down, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I think it will help you, but maybe not. As will this. This is for you and for me. Over here on the left hand side of their website, they have these lovely 4 orange boxes. Clicking on these may or may not get you to where you think you're going to go. Sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. Again, I don't know what's going on with their web development, but they're kind of behind the times because their website stinks. So here are my buttons. Back button takes us back. Forward button takes us forward. Stop stops the loading, and reloading reloads the page. All that works. And last but not least, we have web view did finish load. And this is the piece that goes along with graying out the buttons. This is the part that grays out the button when there's nothing to go back to or to go forward to. It grays it out when there's nothing there. So that is our view controller Swift file. Under source view controller, a lot of the same stuff. Again, the same URLs that I was using for testing. Here's my connection, getting the request data source. This is what will hold our data as it's being downloaded piece by piece. Here we have the request gets fully defined, the connection, this is what runs while the connection is up and open. The start immediately true is what kicks it off right now, as opposing to waiting until another time. And these yellow warnings that this has been deprecated, I read on our discussion board that it was okay to use this NSURL connection even though it's been deprecated because it was just deprecated, and the lessons provided for us haven't changed to explain how to use NSURL session. So I know we're supposed to clear all these. I'm leaving it because on the board we were told it was okay to leave it for this month. So this little bit here, request data source, append data. Each time a little chunk of data is received, it gets appended to this variable request data source. And oh, the outstring. This is what holds the text that I in turn display in my text view. So this is the name of my text view, and this is the text within it, and it is pointing to outstring. And I don't think I showed that to you. Source. Yay, Cub Foods. So that is my project. Again, I really enjoyed this project. I liked learning what I did wrong here on my storyboard about connecting the toolbar versus just the back button. Didn't know it was possible. I will probably never do it again because I'll always remember that. So, Patty, it was really a fun month. I appreciated all your extra help, and I I hope you had a good month too. I know you're not learning, but you're teaching us, and I'm sure that gets trying at times. But I had a great time. Thanks for all your help, and hope to see you in the future.